Humanism's non-negotiable. I think the absolute bottom line essence of humanism was best summed up by Frederick Douglass. Douglass had himself escaped enslavement. He worked tirelessly for the rights of African Americans all his life. When a group of African American ministers came to him and asked him to pray publicly to thank God for freedom, Douglass refused. He said, quote, "I bow to no priests, either of faith or of unfaith. I claim, as against all sorts of people, simply perfect freedom of thought." Simply perfect freedom of thought. That's humanism. No dogma either way. Ideally, anyway. In practice, here's a dogma, there's a dogma, everywhere's a dogma. Let's count the ways that perfect freedom of thought gets constrained and inhibited. Sure, social forces potentially constrain and inhibit everybody's perfect freedom of thought. Working too much, no sleep, hopeless debt, constant worry, malnutrition, poor health care. But that's not everything. That's not all of it. What about what you can think in the first place? We North Americans are educated, and not, according to our zip codes, which translates to mean educated according to race, gender, social class, and on and on. All those get in the way of that perfect freedom of thought. And let's not forget that you constrain and inhibit your own perfect freedom of thought. We all do. We get in our own way. We tell ourselves no. We tell ourselves stop. We tell ourselves to cool our jets and sit back and watch rather than participate fully in this thing that we call existence, this thing we call life. No, it's not just you who does that. It's all of us. It's the human condition. But I think this. The quest for each of us every day, ideally, is that perfect freedom of thought. Perfect freedom of thought outside of those background programs that are always running in our heads. Racism, white supremacy, not being good enough, not being successful enough, and on and on. There are so many impediments to perfect freedom of thought. Freedom from the stereotypes and cliches that culture creates around us. Truth is always hard. Meaning is always hard. Frederick Douglass described achieving his freedom this way. Quote, "I prayed for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs." End quote. That's a humanist answer. Get on with the work. Do it yourself. Join in human community to combat human-created injustices. Douglass made a larger point, however, a point that can create the next chapter of humanism if we let it. Douglass gave us a vision of a simply perfect freedom of thought. And it is simple, and it's complex, not subscribing to either of faith or of unfaith. Now that is truly a middle way, and that's the way of humanism, if we let it be.